This is Panzanella Salad, a wonderful, tasty salad from the region of Tuscany. This is Mediterranean flavors at its best, simplicity at its best. We have simple ingredients, maximum flavors. It's easy to make, we just need to follow the traditional way. Just want you to know, the salad we're making today, of course, is fresh and delicious. Keep in mind, the bread is meant to be soggy at the end. So if you want to know if you made the recipe right, your bread will be soggy, okay? To make a family-sized panzanella salad, we need stale bread. The classic recipe uses Tuscan bread, which has no salt. Here in Australia, I chose 400 grams of a sourdough white loaf, and it's got rosemary in there. We're using about 400 grams of tomatoes. These are my tomatoes I grow at home, 3 different types. 2 cucumbers, you can use 1 if you want, or you can use 3, up to you, depends how much you love cucumber. 1 red onion, known as Spanish onion. A nice bunch of basil. Here I have about 300 ml of water for 400 grams of bread. 2 or 3 tablespoons of white wine vinegar. If you use apple vinegar, you don't get the same experience. Extra virgin olive oil, salt and pepper. For this recipe, you need to use stale bread, okay? So I bought this bread yesterday. It's a sourdough, and normally sourdough bread doesn't really go hard, okay? But honestly, if you buy bread today, well, there is a trick that you can use. So what we're gonna do is we're going to slice the bread. We cut the slice into cubes, about 2 centimeters each. So what we want to do, we want to dry up this bread in the oven at 130 degrees Celsius until they dry up. While the bread is drying up in the oven, we can make the tomato salad. Beautiful tomatoes from my garden. Let's remove this. Look how juicy this tomato is. Look how juicy this homemade tomato is. Can you see that? I'm not getting rid of this juice. So we remove the green part, and now we can have fun. So we go straight in the bowl. I've got a small salad bowl here, and we want to cut the tomato right here. You know why I'm doing this by hand? Because the juice is going inside. If I do this on a chopping board, the juice will stay on the chopping board. And we do not want to miss the juice. So basically we're cutting the tomato kind of the similar size of the bread, okay? A little bit big, a little bit smaller, doesn't matter, but yeah, like that. Fantastico. Fantastico. Now with the cucumber, we'll try and cut it the same way we cut the tomatoes, okay? To make this easier, what we can do is we can just cut like that. Like not too thin, this is probably the best size. You can choose to peel off the skin or keep it on. I always wash my fruit and vegetable very well, and I always eat fruit and vegetable with the skin on. Unless it's watermelon or melon. But this, it's so good with the skin on. So now that we have the slices just like that, what we're gonna do, we wanna cut these slices in half. So create a tower with cucumber, and we just cut it in half like that. So this is how I like to serve my cucumber in this salad. So I have a good amount of cucumber already, and I'm gonna mix it with tomato to see if I need more, but it looks like it might be enough. So you can add a little bit more if you really love cucumber that much, but I think this is enough. I want to balance this. I want to have enough tomatoes, enough cucumber, and definitely enough onions. So it is important to put some basil in here because basil releases flavors to the tomato and the cucumber. Again, mix. We don't put any oil, we don't put any salt, we don't put any pepper yet, okay? So what we want to do now, we want this tomato to rest. Okay, leave the tomato on the side to rest. Look how juicy it already is. Now it's time to slice the red onion. We're using red onions because strong flavors, it goes very well with this salad, and it takes it to the next level. What we want to do, we want to slice the onion. Honestly, you can make them as thick as you want. I try to keep them thin, but if they get thicker, it's okay. So once that we have a nice amount, see, we have about 4 or 5 slices, put them on top of each other, do the tower, and cut it in half. And then what we do is we do this, separate them. The best part about this salad is that you can make it today and it will last about 2-3 days in the fridge. And I will tell you how to keep it in the fridge for that long. So you can have this salad for the next 3 days. It's meal prep. The red onion has very strong flavors. So what you can do to make it more delicate, you get a bowl of water. You can add a little bit of white wine vinegar. And what you can do, you can immerse the onion in there to make it more delicate, okay? If you keep it in the water and vinegar overnight, it will be super delicate. If you want to keep it in here for 1 hour, it will be delicate. 10 minutes, for me, it's just enough. The smell of this toasted bread is incredible. As you can see, the bread is crunchy. Now we get a nice salad bowl, which is where we're gonna serve the salad, okay? So we start by adding the bread. Now we need to add water and white wine vinegar. Now this is an important step. What we do is, let's put a little bit of water in, not too much. Use your hands to mix it, okay? We want the bread to absorb the water. So we want basically the bread to be soft and crunchy. So soft because it absorbs the water, but we don't want the crunchiness to be lost. We want a little bit of crunchiness there, just a little bit, you know? Let's put more water in. In 2018, I went to Lucca in Tuscany, and that's where these beautiful recipes were introduced to me. I went to this very old house, beautiful family was there, and the nonna, of course, was cooking, and she was actually making this. So I wrote it down. I wrote down every step of what she did, and that was fascinating. The bread was different because the bread in Tuscany is different, but this is as close as you can get to the original recipe. As you can see, the bread still, I still have a cube here. I've got it soft, but it's still a little bit crunchy. Still a little bit. It's gonna be to the tooth. You feel it when you eat it. You do feel it. Okay, it's not mushy. Like it's soft, but you feel it. It's like al dente bread. Now with the vinegar, we start with about 2 tablespoons of vinegar. Just spread it everywhere. Go around the edges, so it's easier to spread. I'm gonna do a third one actually. I'm gonna put 3 because I really like this white wine vinegar. What we do now is we mix. Just put your hands in there. Now we mix this beautiful bread with the vinegar. We basically want every single slice of bread to have the vinegar. So it's hard to explain, but when I touch it, I can feel that the bread is still, it's soft, but it's still like crunchy. I can still feel it. What's important now is to actually taste, to make sure I can taste the vinegar. It does have a beautiful flavor, beautiful taste. When I was in Tuscany, the nonna said to me, what I do, which is very important, is to keep the bread hours out of the fridge to absorb the water and vinegar. If you can wait half an hour, it would be great, because what you can do, you're allowing the bread to soak the water and the vinegar. It actually changes the texture too, because the bread kind of dries up a little bit again. Let's put some basil in there too. Just want to chop some of the basil in there, because basil adds flavors to this recipe. It's very important that we keep adding flavors to every ingredient. Now let's try the onion to make sure we like how it tastes. It's only been 10 minutes and the onion is already more delicate. Of course I get the kick after, but yeah, I recommend you to do this. When you get the onion, make sure you squeeze the water out. Squeeze it, and we add it in the tomatoes. So what we do now, we really want to mix the ingredients very well, okay? You can use the utensil, up to you, but I really want to feel it. This is alive. I want to feel the ingredients. Nice. Oh, so juicy. Now the onions is going to release the beautiful flavors into this salad. Now we're going to add this in the bread. And what we're going to do, we're going to add a little bit at a time, just like this. Spread everywhere. So for now, let's mix this first batch first with the bread. And you really want the bread to make love with the salad, with the ingredients. Okay? You really do. So what we do now, let's put the juice in there. That's the amazing juice, guys, from the tomatoes. Can you believe it? Look how beautiful these juices are. So I'm gonna keep some in here for decoration, okay, for the final touch. Now let's mix this again, because now we have the juice. So the bread now is soaking more juice. Ladies and gentlemen, we're almost done. We use salt, pepper. What I suggest you to do now is to let it rest. I like to put it in the fridge for a minimum of 1 hour. 2-3 hours, even better. Or you keep it out of the fridge for at least 2 hours. The flavors will get there, the bread will get the flavors, the ingredients will make love together. I think it's the best thing to do. So what's important is that we don't add any extra virgin olive oil yet. We put extra virgin olive oil just before we serve, okay? So we got salt and pepper, we got everything else apart from the extra virgin olive oil. So what we do is, if you keep the salad in the fridge, this goes in the fridge too. If you keep the salad out of the fridge, this stays out of the fridge too, okay? In the fridge. Guys, it's been 1 hour and this is a panzanella. Maybe the look is not incredible, I know what you're thinking, but the taste is sensational, let me tell you. This is what we do now for decoration, okay? First, we add extra virgin olive oil. Let's put extra virgin olive oil everywhere, lots, 4 or 5 tablespoons. Now we're gonna put some extra virgin olive oil here too, okay? And here we're gonna be generous, about 3-4 tablespoons. Now what we do with this, we mix it. You want the extra virgin olive oil to revive our beautiful ingredients. And here we go. And what we do, we're going to put these beautiful fresh ingredients right here in the middle, which is great for decoration. Final touch, we're gonna add some basil. And here we have, ladies and gentlemen, Panzanella salad served for you and your family. I want this beautiful salad to take me all the way to Tuscany. Let's have some. So you do want that, the bread to be kind of mushy, but you want a little bit of crunch. Let's have it. This is so summery that even if you make it in winter, when it's cold outside, you eat this, close your eyes, and you think you're enjoying the Italian summer. So good. This was meant to be a family size, but I'm eating all of it tonight. Oh yeah, great for dinner, great for lunch. Guys, don't forget, this will last 2 to 3 days in the fridge. Just don't put any oil. Only put the extra virgin olive oil before you're about to serve. This might not be a pasta, but it's definitely a salad you cannot refuse. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this recipe. I will see you in the next Vincenzo's Plate video recipe. E ora si mangia. Vincenzo's Plate.